Hey guys, it's Shane. Welcome back down to the workshop. Hope you're well. So today's video, we are going to be doing another painting technique. We are going to be doing a marble effect. How I would put a marble effect onto certain weapons, like the one I'm about to show you. Now this was Spike, and yeah, we made this a few months ago, and we put a marble effect on it. Not just a white marble, but like an obsidian look with some red veins going through it as well. So hope you like that. That is available up on the Etsy store if you want one. Now we should have been doing the part 2 to the leatherworking video today, but unfortunately some of the parts haven't arrived, so we're doing this instead. And part 2 of the leatherworking one will hopefully be finished later in the week. We'll be trying to go back up to 2 videos a week if possible. Okay, so with this one, we're basically just going to be paint. It's a paint effect, that's all. Okay, so make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell button so you know when I go live with new videos for you. If you've got any questions or anything, drop it in the comments below, and let's jump straight into it. So I have here 2 pieces of foam. Now this is just simple LEV 45 foam, and I've just basically put a black coat of flexi paint over the top. There's no latex on this or nothing. Now I've got 2 because I'm going to show you 2 methods. Now there's one I use which tends to be mainly the brush. The other one is a dabbing method. So I'm going to try both of them, and then you will make your decision on whichever one you want to use. So first off, we're going to start with the brush one. So I want a thinnish brush, nothing massive. Okay, don't have to be brilliant, just as long as it works. And then I've got some simple white flexi paint, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a 45-degree angle, so I'm going to go across this way. Now that's the way my veins are going to go, so you don't want too much on it, just literally making like as if you was drawing thunder. Okay, but you need a bit of paint on it, not too much. Now these don't have to have a set pattern other than they go the same way. They don't even have to join. Now you can miss parts if you wish. Okay, so that's a simple, it looks quite marbleistic there, doesn't it? Now what we do is take a little bit of toilet roll or anything else and just give it a gentle press. Okay, don't want to wipe it off, you just want a gentle press. Now as you can see, we have this marbleistic effect. Now if I'd have done less of the white, it would have probably looked a little bit sparse. Now this isn't quite finished yet. That's what I call the background. Okay, so now you want a really thin brush, depending on how bright you want it. Now in the center of these big lines, use the same white and just give it a very faint touch up. So right in the middle of these white lines. Again, don't feel as though you have to do the whole thing, just bits of it, or where you want the vein the strongest. Now, once you've done that bit, so you've got the highlights inside, okay, you can give it a quick dab if you want, just to fade it a bit, again, if you've gone too strong on it. And don't be afraid if it smudges, because it actually adds to it. Okay, so we now have a black marble effect. Now that's the method I tend to use. Okay, so you pick an angle, it can be any angle you want, but they all have to go the same way, and then you literally just draw a faint line all the way across, do all the feints, then dab it, and then go in with a finer brush, a little bit harder. Now you can go back in again if you want it really bright. So that's the method I use. Now the other method, we're going to go back onto this one. So what we're going to do is leave the brush, and we're going to take a bit of tissue, scrunched up tissue. Make sure you've got quite a bit of lines on it, and then wipe some of this on and some of it off, and then dab. Again, we're going in the same direction. Now as you can see, there is quite a lot. Alright, now we also need a little bit more. Just dab that. So now we've got thicker veins, okay, as you can see. Yeah. Get a wide brush with a little bit of faint water on it, okay, and just go over the top of that. Doesn't matter if you wash some off. That's not what we're worried about. We're just fading that. Okay, then get your bit of paper and just dry that out. Don't wipe it or you will wipe that off. Okay, so you now have a very randomized marbleistic look. Now what we would do then is, again, fine brush and just give us some bit of detail within this. Okay, so I've done a little bit less in that one, so we'll get a bit of paper again and just dab that. Just dab it. Okay, so it's more of a background marble compared to that one. I do prefer a little bit less than, you know, really blanketing it on. I think this one looks a little bit more realistic than this one because there's too much on this one. But that's the method I tend to use the most rather than this one. Now again, if we want to brighten that up just a touch, we can go back in and just over our lines. Right, so we have two types of marble. Okay, we have a sparse and an overpopulated one. This one, like I say, I use this method most because it's quicker and easier. But I did overdo that one. Okay, this is more natural, this is more realistic. Okay, so we're going to carry on with this one. Now, a lot of people don't just want a simple marble, they want multiple colours. Now, another brilliant colour to use is red. And if you add a bit of red to it, or purple red, like a dark purple red, you make it look like an obsidian. Okay, so we're just going to add a little bit of red, not much. Now, with this one, the vein does not want to be going the same way, so I'm just going to go the opposite way. Okay, so I'm going to get a bit of paper. I'm going to stick to the same routine for this one. So a little bit of red. So you now have a multicoloured marble effect. So you have reds and whites going in separate colours. Now most of the red has come off on that because of the dabbing and the darkening. So let's just put a little bit back in. So we have our white textures going this, our white veins going that way, and we have our red veins going straight across it that way. So that's how you would do multiple veins. And again, you can put as many colours on it as you want, but like this, the more you put on it, the less real it looks. So I hope that helps. So that was just a quick video on how I would do a basic marble effect. Now you have the simple white marble. Now this is the way I normally do it with just the brushes, but I overdid it. I put too much on there. That's why it doesn't look as realistic. Okay, now this one has the red and the white on it, and you can barely see that because of the lighting. Okay, so let's try and get that. There you go. So you got a little bit of white and a little bit of red in there. Okay, but that method does look more realistic. Less is more. So put your white lines on it, and if you want red, go in with the red. Now the red on this flexi paint does dry quite dark, so that's why the red isn't showing up very well. You can, if you're looking at it, you can see the red vein. I should have used a brighter red. All right, so less is more. Okay, black background, faint white lines like lightning going across, not too much, just enough, and then dab it, and then get a fine line and go between the lines where you've been dabbing. Try and make it in there, and don't just put a straight line, miss parts, you know, make it fractured, and that will give you a decent marble effect. And you can't see that at all. Oh, there you go, there's a little bit, but there you go. Okay, so another little video for you guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please hit the subscribe button and the bell button, and you'll be alerted when I go live with new stuff. The next video, hopefully later on this week, will be part 2 to finishing off the leather scabbard for the cookery dagger. Once that's done, it can go off to the customer. So thank you for joining me, guys. Hope it helps. If you have any questions or anything you want to ask me or me to try and build, please put it in the comments below. Don't forget, I also have a Twitch channel that I live stream from Wednesday to Saturday, UK time between 10 and 5. So don't be afraid to join us. Okay, guys, so I shall see you on the next one. Cheers, folks.